This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather Ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, July the 19th, in the year 1998, a fresh-faced 13-year-old was headed to one of the biggest Blue Jay games of his life to watch in person. This guy would be 2 months away from having to be required to wear glasses, although it was one of the best moves ever made. And this person saw one of the biggest wins in Blue Jay history against the powerful New York Yankees. Yes, of course, that fresh-faced 13-year-old was me. Anyway, so the Toronto Blue Jays were not doing so well. After trying their best in 97 and not doing so well, the Blue Jays were in deep trouble. They would be taking on the powerful New York Yankees. So anyway, the Toronto Blue Jays were not doing that well. They were 49-50 headed to this game against the 68-23 New York Yankees, who were putting up numbers. They were at 70. Well, sorry, up to this date. But anyway, the Blue Jays were in third in the AL East. The Yankees and Bo Sox were beating the tar out of everyone else. The funny thing about the Blue Jays is that they had their 49 wins, they would be second in the AL Central. Cleveland was running away with it. So the Toronto Blue Jays were ready to go. I had watched a lot of Blue Jay games in person from 2000, once every year from 1993 to 2006 and twice in 2007. I've not watched a Blue Jay game live for 15 years. And the funny thing is, I had a chance 2 years ago to watch the game with my men's church group. Problem was, COVID hit. So anyway, the Toronto Blue Jays would face the New York Yankees. The Yankees looked pretty good. They were hot to trot. The starting lineups were this. The Yankees had Chuck Knobloch at second base, guy who was known for air-milling throws. Derek Jeter at shortstop, the captain, the legend Derek Jeter. Paul O'Neill in right field, who was a Yankees legend. Bernie Williams at DH. He was fantastic with the Yankees. Tino Martinez at first base. I thought I saw him when the Mariners came to town in 1994. Tim Raines, the legendary Tim Raines in left field for the Yankees. I didn't really pay attention, but Tim Raines was a starter that day. Wow. Chad Curtis in center field. Why Chad Curtis, I don't know. Scott Bush is at third base. He would be the World Series MVP in 98. And Joe Girardi, the catcher. Yes, that Joe Girardi. With Andy Pettitte, the lefty, who was sour about losing the 96 Cy Young to Pat Hankin. And I don't like him one bit. On the bub. The Jays countered with Woody Williams pitching. Really? Anyhow, the Blue Jays had Tony Phillips in left field, the virtuoso speed demon. Shannon Stewart in center field. He was better as the left fielder. Jose Canseco, yes, that Jose Canseco, in right field for the Blue Jays in his one and only season with the Jays. The guy who knocked a ball into the fifth deck of Skydome a couple of times. Carlos Delgado, my favorite Blue Jay at the time, at first base. Mike Stanley at DH. Yes, Boston fans, Mike Stanley was a Blue Jay at one time. Ed Sprague at third base, still playing. He was part of the back-to-back titles in 92 and 93. Kevin Brown at catcher. I know there was a good pitcher by the name of Kevin Brown, too, so that was confusing as fuck. Craig Grayback at second base, and Alex Gonzalez at shortstop. So the Blue Jays were ready to go against the Yankees. It was the third of a three-game set. A rubber match because both teams won. Blue Jays won the Friday game, the Yankees won the Saturday game. So who was going to win? Probably the Yankees. So anyway, the Yankees started out. Runners on first and second, Tino Martinez popped foul, and it was caught by Brown. Blue Jays went down 1-2-3 in order in the first. In the second, the Yankees had runners on first and second, but Joe Girardi lined into a double play as Stewart caught the ball and then threw the second base to double off Tim Raines. The Blue Jays went down in order in the second inning, so Pettit looked good. The Blue Jays would give up a run on a sac fly by Tino Martinez scoring Chuck Knobloch. Fortunately, though, the damage was only one run as Tim Raines flew out to right. Then the Blue Jays got to work. Kevin Brown struck out swing. Craig Grayback with a double. Gonzalez walked. Tony Phillips struck out looking. It looked like Pettit was going to get out of it. But a Shannon Stewart walk led to Jose Canseco at the plate. And on a 2-0 pitch, whammo, deep to left field, gone, grand slam, la 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 me. And the Blue Jays were up 4-1, just like that. Poof. Delgado got a single, but Mike Stanley flew out. So the Blue Jays, after being dormant for 2 innings, went boom. In the fourth, the Yankees had a runner at second, but Joe Girardi flew out to center. In the bottom of the fourth, the Blue Jays had runners on first and second, but couldn't drive them in. In the fifth, Paul O'Neill came up to play and hit a double to right field to score Chuck Knobloch 4-2. However, the Yankees got themselves into a pickle. When Bernie Williams was at the plate, O'Neill was picked off second. For the second time, a Yankee was picked off. Bernie Williams reached on an error by Gonzalez, but Tino Martinez flew out to center. And then next came Shannon Stewart, who walked, and after Canseco popped out on a 1-1 pitch, Delgado got a fastball he liked, drove it deep to right field. It's 6-2. But that's not the end of it. Delgado's home run went to the right field stands, not in the top, not in the lower level, not in the second level, or the Windows Restaurant third level, or the fourth level. It went up all the way to the fifth level, the fifth deck, the highest place you can get in the Rogers Center. And now it's the first time someone went to right field with it. I think Griffey did that. But anyway, Carlos Delgado went upper tank. Can you believe it? And I always thought it was Sean Green who did that. But no, it was Delgado. I think Sean Green played for the Jays at that time, right? I think he was just get the day off or something. I don't remember. Believe me. Yeah, Canseco was in right field. So no Sean Green at the time. Delgado hit a home run, make it 6-2. Yankees went down swinging in the sixth, so did the Blue Jays. It was 6-2. The strange thing is that Pettit still was pitching after the sixth inning. I would have taken him out at a 6-2 loss. However, in the seventh, Joe Girardi singled, Knobloch grounded out, and forced Girardi. So runner on first, after a Derek Jeter walk, Dan Plesac came into the game for the Blue Jays. Woody Williams was the first to blink. But he got O'Neill's swing, not a strikeout. But Bernie Williams did get a base hit to score Knobloch to make it 6-3. But Tino Martinez struck out. Bottom of the seventh, the Blue Jays would add to their lead when Jose Canseco came in against Pettit again and hit one to left field, gone 7-3. And still they didn't take Pettit out of the game until a pair of walks got Mike Buddy, my buddy. So Mike Buddy did pitch, or came into the game, and Ed Sprague flew out to left. In the top of the eighth, Jose Canseco was taken out for Sean Green. There's the Sean Green. And Tim Raines lined out. After that, Plesac was out of the game, and Paul Quantrill came in. Quantrill got Curtis looking, and Brochus on a ground ball. 7-3 Blue Jays still. And the Blue Jays in the eighth. Kevin Brown doubled. Grayback grounded out, getting Brown to third base. Gonzalez walked. Then Tony Phillips came in and hit a double to left field to make it 8-3 Blue Jays. Gonzalez got to third base. Stewart swung up, struck out swinging. Then Sean Green came to the plate, and then he scored off of a Mike Buddy balk, trying to keep Phillips honest. The balk means everyone fences the base, and Gonzalez scored to make it 9-3. Then came to the top of the ninth. Jorge Posada decided to pinch hit for Joe Girardi. Dave Stieb came into the game. Are you kidding me? Dave Stieb? The guy who seemingly retired after 1993, and then 5 years later he got an invite to Blue Jays spring training and somehow made the team? Yes, that Dave Stieb. So yeah, Dave Steve pitched the ninth inning for the Blue Jays. It was amazing. It was like a lot of my cousins, like my family members on the Diamond side, got to see Dave Steve pitch in the 80s and 90s. But now Steve was pitching in 1998. It was like shocking, and the fan base just went nuts because they knew Dave Steve was an icon for the Blue Jays. Steve got Posada the ground out, not blocked the strikeout, and Jeter the ground out. And the final score, Blue Jays 9, Yankees 3. And this is supposed to be one of the seemingly greatest teams of all time. And the Toronto Blue Jays beat them to go to 500 at 9 and 50 and 50. So they were technically sixth in the American League, but yeah, third in the division. The AL East always is a tough division. So the Yankees dropped their winning percentage to 739. It's hard to find a team to have a 667 winning percentage or win 2 out of every 3 games. Which, by the way, if you look at the 1986 Mets, when they win 108 games and lose 54, if you can do the math, it's 2-to-1 ratio. So that meant a 667 mark. It's hard to hit 108 wins as a team nowadays. The parity has been stricken. So, however, after July 19th, the Blue Jays were the second best team in the AL East after July 19th, 1998. For the rest of the 98 season. Heck, the Blue Jays were the second best American League team by winning percentage. The Yankees still had a massive clip and hit 60 and won 66% of their games. They were 46 and 24 after that embarrassing loss to Toronto. The Blue Jays were 38 and 24, a 613 winning clip. So they ended up the second best mark after that day. So it brought the Blue Jays back to life, but a little too late. Not even to get the wild card. The 613 winning percentage also was behind Houston and Atlanta. Houston just put up numbers in 98. So anyway, yeah, when you think about the 1998 New York Yankees, yes, they won 114 regular season games. Yes, they bulldozed their way through the playoffs and bulldozed the Padres in the World Series. And they were one of the best teams of all time, if not the best team in baseball. People say, yeah, 114 wins. That's not the record. So you're right. The 1906 Cubs did it, 116 wins, although it was at 152 games. So you figure maybe 121, 122 wins if it's a 162 game season. So yeah. The 1916 Cubs, they didn't win the 1906 Cubs, they didn't win the World Series. People forget about that. They lost to the White Sox, who were called the Hitless Wonders, and basically got into the World Series based on their pitching and not their hitting. And they beat the Cubs in 6 games. Heck, the 2001 Mariners, everyone marvels at them, 116 wins in the season to tie the Cubs and to have the most wins in the modern 162 game schedule. Did they win the World Series? No, they didn't even make the World Series. They lost the ALCS to the New York Yankees. Although it must be said that American sentiment for New York after 9/11 may have helped the Yankees take down the Mariners. But then again, remember, the 2001 Yankees almost got swept by Oakland in the first round, but came back to win 3 straight games thanks to Derek Jeter's flip play, which was iconic, very iconic. So that's what happened. But also, you got to realize that the New York Yankees are still a powerhouse. The 98 Yankees didn't let up. It wasn't like, oh crap, this is going to be a tale of epic woe for the Yankees. No, they bulldozed themselves. The Yankees won the World Series. They're the best team to win the World Series. They're 125 wins, playoffs and regular season, can't be beat. The Mariners didn't even do that. The Mariners, yeah, they won 3 games in the ALDS and won 2 in the ALCS. That's 5 though. That's 119. Anyhow, yeah. So the New York Yankees still went to the World Series. Blue Jays didn't stop them. But, I mean, after all, I got to take this as one of the greatest Blue Jay games of all time I watched live. Yes, I saw Willie Canady hit his only Major League home run to walk off the Kansas City Royals in 1993. Yes, I saw Eric Hinsky's walk-off for the Jays against the Red Sox in 2002 off Urgraf Arena. Yes, I saw the game in which Carlos Delgado got to 1,000 RBIs in 2004 against Tampa. And yes, I saw Roy Halladay pitch a sparkling game in 2003 against the Orioles live. But this is my number one game because of how the 98 Yankees were fantastical. Fantastical. And yeah, I did watch the 99 the Blue Jays play the 99 Braves. And in 2000, I saw the Jays take on the Mets. It was like creepy that, and the 2001 Yankees. It's creepy that for 4 straight years, when I watched the game live at the Skydome/Rogers Center, I actually saw a World Series finalist. So that was creepy. But anyway, yeah. But let's not forget about the 98 Yankees. Being the best team ever. Their 114 regular season wins was the AL record until the Mariners broke that in 2001. But let's face facts. If the Blue Jays had been swept by the Yankees in that 3-game set, the Yankees would have hit 116 wins and tied the Major League record. So in a way, the Toronto Blue Jays screwed the Yankees out of that 116-win season. But they're still the best team ever to win the World Series. I mean, I know the 27 Yankees would say, that's not right, but the 98 Yankees are definitely the greatest team ever. And you got to give a toast to the 98 Yankees for losing to the Blue Jays and making me a very happy 13-year-old. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.